Hello everybody. So let's see, let's get this all sorted. There. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my notes from the other night. This is St. Lucy Day, so welcome and happy St. Lucy Day. So this is the 13th of December. It's known as the Feast of St. Lucy or San Lucia. La Luz, which is all about the light. Alright, so here we go. Now, last night I did basically write down my message, and it just comes through, and what I believe is the Holy Spirit. So, here we go. I'm going to read it out again. Would you like to come on to YouTube?
What?
Would you like to come on to YouTube for a video?
Thanks. Don't do YouTube. Don't do YouTube.
Right, okay. Right, where is this? Here we go. San Lucia, St. Lucy, the main light bearer. So, this is also on my Facebook as well. Comforter. The previous note leads directly into this one. The word which the fourth gospel uses for the Holy Spirit is parakletos, which has been transliterated into English as paraclete, and which the AV translates it is passive in form. It is very active in meaning, for the main idea is the purpose for which the person is called in. Parakletos may be a person called in to give medical aid, to give legal counsel, to give evidence for the defence, to cheer and encourage those whose spirit is broken. It can therefore be seen that the function of the parakletos is very much wider than that of being a comforter in sorrow. The use of the word comforter, in fact, limits the function of the Holy Spirit. A parakletos is one who makes us able to cope with life. The only word which is wide enough to translate it in all its width is the word helper. Saint Lucy is the Holy Spirit incarnate, the highest bearer of light, leading the way, and can only do so due to the fact that the level of the Holy Spirit must be utilised in order to be of the highest light. And it's not about brightest in the normal sense, but it's deeper. The highest light bearer is really not merely about light, it's about the radiant power and magnitude to which the being exudes, i.e. lets in and hones and utilises the Holy Spirit, i.e. God. Now what if I see Jesus and St. Lucy as one, just as we all are in our own spiritual essence, depending on our level of awareness? And when St. Lucy is fully exalted through Jesus Christ to bring all back up to the light, fully to God, she will become the Queen of Light. She is, yet she will be known as such. The wonderful aspect about it is that beings and saints, groups of souls, have been working on rising together for years, and so as it was difficult for Lucy in the beginning, then exalted to sainthood, in and as a result of that, her way has been paved. Jesus awaits, but it is all in God's timing. Ultimately, what I do know, is that we are all called to light each other's way and to help each other, and yet we also need to trust too. We need to trust and be obedient to the Holy Spirit first, and take quiet meditative time to really know the Holy Spirit. I talked about this in my book, and I have given a free event on this, which is available on my Facebook page as well. And we go through examples of that particular meditation in order to really be able to be best receivers of the Holy Spirit, how to really do that. And I'll probably share some different ideas as I go along. Some new ideas, that is. Now, have I done my meditative thing today that I was doing it all the time in this set way. I haven't done it today the same way, I don't think. So I need to do that. So it's 10 minutes. Oh, we could do it now. We could do it now. So 10 minutes focusing on a blue sky. Kind of difficult when we're at night time now. You kind of look, it seems like it's blue there. There's actually like a new moon as well. Wow, this is a great time to do this. Isn't this beautiful? So let's see, we've got the new moon. You can kind of see the new moon up there. I look a little bit different on camera, but it is the new moon. And let's see. So, right. So, 10 minutes just focusing on blue sky, or because we're looking at this in a new way, light and dark. You might want to just picture a dark sky, black, just completely black. Or completely light. It just depends what you like. You could imagine, because I haven't thought about this yet, for me it was a blue sky. That was what was most tranquil at the time. But you might just want to close your eyes and imagine a black sky with beautiful twinkling, sparkly stars in the night sky. Think of the star that led the 3 wise men to Bethlehem. Wonderful. And that new moon, the crescent new moon, symbolising newness and unity. And for 10 minutes we do this. 10 minutes. And then we will do 10 minutes of a positive creative ideas focus. And then once we've done 10 minutes of a creative ideas focus, positive creative ideas focus, we will then do a why. And that will really ground us in this Christmas time. And no matter when you get this, this is going to be great for any time, because Christmas is something to be celebrated every day of the year. So let's do this then. Let's imagine ourselves like one of the 3 wise people travelling along underneath a black sky, pure dark velvet black, with twinkling pretty bright silvery and gold lights for 10 minutes. Let's do that. Now I'm going to really have to think. I'm going to see if someone can tell me when 10 minutes is up. I'm just going to do it randomly and I'll guide it. Here we go. Let's go. So doing a meditation now in silence.
What was that?
Silence for the meditation. Silence, s'il vous plaît. Right.
Really?
No, not really. You can be as loud as you want. We'll meditate anyway. Now, you can't really picture anything else. If you picture anything else, just see it's a shooting star, right? So if you think about the black sky one, because I like that one now, sounds really good. So if you're thinking about that, if you have any thoughts, just see the thoughts just shooting off into the night like a shooting star, okay? And let it go. Bring it back to simplicity. Dark sky, twinkling lights, and the star that lights away. Always there. Right. Now, let's see if we can do this here. Right. Okay. So now we have completed a meditation and we've really thought about that dark sky, that velvet black, beautiful dark sky with those bright twinkling lights and the star that lights the way. So we've thought about that. Now we're going to move on to the next part of the meditation for St. Lucy's Day, and we're going to light our way. We're going to think of ways in which we can light our own way, and ways that we can really be of the highest in terms of thoughts about ourselves and about each other. And yeah, maintain that light and keep it on the lampstand, as we know, and not underneath the table. So, positive, we want to put a P, C, F, and the P stands for positive. Positive, positive, positive. Creative, creative. Ideas, ideas. Focus, focus. Like concentrate, concentrate. Positive, creative, ideas, focus. So it has to be on things that make us feel happy. When we are happy, we guide the way for others. We light the way to the highest state of being, which is God's will for us as humans and collective consciousness. So think of this Christmas, or whenever you're listening to this, think of what positive, creative ideas you have for this Christmas. What would you like to see happen for Christmas? What is your most positive intent? And remember that things can move, for things to be of the highest positive level, they have to be able to kind of be ready to move, swither and sway. Be flexible, in other words, so that you maintain that high frequency. Because if you hold too close to something being a certain way and then it doesn't go that way, that's when you can go. So you want to keep things high, so that requires flexibility. And it will come around, it will happen with that, because the flexibility is us really saying we believe, we trust, we have faith in God. And that's what's required. So it's really to help us. Everything is about helping us to achieve that faith, that ultimate of faith. So even taking a pen and paper and writing down PCIF, positive creative ideas focus, just tune you in and focus you in. Right, so I'm continuing on. I've got this little YouTube channel, and yeah, it's a kind of fresh new one actually, so it's really good. I am putting it out on a fairly fresh and new public forum as well in terms of Facebook. And yeah, so the right people will find it at the right time, which is really good. And so we've gone from thinking about clearing the space, and that's literally what I did with my YouTube channels and with my Facebook profiles and things. Totally cleared things up. So we really want to do that so that we're able to receive what we're supposed to be receiving at this time. And so now we're really looking to receive the best, most positive, creative ideas in terms of focusing in on those. Simple, let's get a pen, a paper, as well as our meditative abilities to consider what that is that we might like to see in our lives. Now, it is God's will to have the most positive, co-creative ideas, experience, and that really is what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to kind of live our lives. And that is the way that we shine our light as well, to kind of take us higher and higher. Hang on a second. So once you do that, I'll come back as well in a minute or two. Kind of trying to lean into the light here so that you can actually see me, because otherwise it's really quite dark in this room, which is nice. And this is what St. Lucy's Day is all about too. It's about the dark and the light, not just one or the other. And we really need to kind of accept and understand and really truly love both in our lives and see the goodness in both. So, speaking of which, hey boy. Hi, Jordan. Oh, the boy. Come here. The boy. That's a zombie. Right. Gosh, that's me just using my hand sanitizer. And I wash my hands a lot as well. I actually read something on one of my favourite websites, and they were talking about washing your hands with warm soapy water and not just using hand sanitizer. Goodness, this is one of the things. So some of us can get obsessive with cleaning, with being bright, with looking, really, really spotless, or being, completely like exfoliating, things like that all the time, that kind of thing. I do a lot of that, and it's one of these things. But it's important to actually get our hands in the mud, get really I had this feeling that I really just wanted to be able to put my head in the ground. I mean, to feel the soil on my forehead. And I don't mean that in terms of like a dying way. I mean it in a pure living way, being alive and feeling the earth, just being at one with the earth, to ground myself again, because things have been so busy. So it's important to see, the importance in things being completely clear, and then things being completely, enveloped and part of the earth, part of that level, as well as being very spiritual too. Both parts are essential for life and to continue to lead us into higher vibrations of appreciation for what we have in this lifetime. And that is essential. So when you're thinking about your positive creative ideas focus, really consider and think philosophically about what positive actually means for you. What creative actually means for you in terms of your ideas when you focus on them. Ultimately, it is therefore going to be different for all people. So we really need to think, what is it really that makes us happy? Because that's really what we're aiming for with our positivity. What makes us joyful? So, Okay, the kind of things that I was thinking, well, and I was talking about flexibility and why that's so important. I had this vision in my head of everything that we were going to do today, because obviously my daughter shares the same name as Lucy, Saint Lucy. And when Lucy, her name was first given to me through Holy Spirit in terms of why I didn't call it, even term it or classify it as Holy Spirit, I just knew that it was coming to me from somewhere, from another realm, spiritually. It hadn't been thought out as such. It was just completely natural, and that's what I now understand to be Holy Spirit, to be God. And so her name was to be, there were different names or possibilities, Trinity, so it just shows you. And I mean, at that point in time, we weren't anything to do with the Catholic Church or talking about Trinities, or these weren't parts of our life. The name came to me. And it was Lucia, and then, and I didn't really know why, and then the more I did research into it, I could see why. So Lucia, the light. And so I had big plans. I thought, right, we could do this, that, and the next thing. My neighbours were so wonderful, all light bearers, giving me a Christmas tree. Such a beautiful, homely, wholesome, magical moment yesterday to receive that from my neighbour, so caring and kind. And I took the tree in, and at first it's that overwhelming sensation, like, well, I need to think about this and take time, not overwhelming, but a beautiful moment, and I need to take time to understand what to do next. So it wasn't until the next day, and I got the message that it's got to get back to them somehow, because I was, that's why sometimes we don't even want to accept things, because we really want the others to enjoy them. And at the time I was like, no, I can't, no, you keep this kind of thing, and I was like, no, you must accept it. So I had to accept it and keep it, and then I was like, well, I was getting the message to now give it back somehow so that everyone could experience it. And I really felt like I wanted to put it right in the middle so we could all experience it. But then it would make it really tricky for us getting out, getting our cars out and things. And I thought, gosh, that's actually got a greater meaning. It's about slowing us down to be in the moment, to really enjoy it. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. If I do that as a human being, even if it is coming through Holy Spirit, it felt a little bit like, whoa. So, I don't know, I just feel like I have to involve everyone and ask them what they think of these things first. So, not just spiritually, but actually discussing. We'll see. And I did find a place for it immediately in this tub, which is interesting. But anyway, it's got like tons of water and mud and grass bits and pieces there and all sorts. But it's inside that in a moment so that we can decide what to do with it. And I was going to dress it up, bless it, dress it up with beautiful twinkling lights. We're going to be all colours to signify all of us together, all humans together. We're going to be blessing our place, the whole estate, and to the entire world for us all together. There's going to be this massive blessing. And so just knowing that in spiritual form, I think, is beautiful in and of itself. You get this, but even if you don't watch it on YouTube and you don't see it on Facebook, still knowing it's still a blessing, you see. And this is what we have to understand about the Holy Spirit. It's just always blessing. God is always blessing. It's about understanding it, knowing it, and trusting it, and having faith. I think that's beautiful. Beautiful. So let me know about clarity. Can you understand me? Can you hear me? Do give me feedback, because I will work on different things and use your feedback to make new videos. So that's it. These are the main points. Positive creative ideas focus, we do that. So we're going to do that for another few minutes, and then we're going to go on to the whys of it. Okay, I'm going to continue over here on my positive creative ideas focus. Right, so positive, creative ideas, focus, and then you move on to the whys. Why would you do this? Because the why really helps us to ground and to know and to really ensure it's of nobility. Um, you know, that you're going to do this for a higher reason, for a higher calling, and that it's all of God's will. So the why will really allow you to understand and to hone in to make sure it's of the highest good. And already at the point, I have never come to this point and come to a positive creative ideas focus without knowing that it already is, because I try and do both at the same time, think of the whys too. So the why part is next.
Okay, everybody, food.
I'm busy doing a YouTube video that's live and it's going across to Facebook, and I'm about to hone into the whys.
Oh, well, I've made food for you.
Thank you.
Okay, Lucy, here's yours, honey.
Right, so obviously, yeah. So what we need to do is to focus on the whys, and I have just done that. What have I put down? So positive creative ideas focus. Being in a loving, kind, and caring relationship, being asked to be married, being proposed to. I'm not going to go through all the bits here, you can imagine. So, traveling together and being lights in the world, sharing the gifts of the Holy Spirit, being in complete unity and also dedicated, fully and committed to. Why? To have companionship in physical form and to help each other along the way, to feel committed in full faith and to be a higher purpose together, to be mindfully connected in doing so, to help others feel the same, to be saintly, to keep things focused, and to be a clear vessel for all that is good in the world. That's it. Excellent. Well, I hope you really enjoy this and you enjoy creating your positive creative ideas focus and putting it into action. So I'll speak to you really soon. Have a lovely St. Lucy Day.